Hi, I'm Kevin Crosley, and this is Executives in Golf Carts Having Fun. As president and CEO of Arc Herkimer, I take big swings for the organization, and one of those big swings was our acquisition of the MV Golf and Event Center. 175 acres of pristine property, 18 holes of golf, restaurant, bar, and an event tent overlooking the beautiful Mohawk Valley. Hey, Bill Keeler!
How we doing?
Welcome to the MV Golf and Event Center.
I am
Glad to have you, sir.
very excited.
All right, let's load you up. Pleasure to have you. As most people in the region know, this man is a media legend.
Well, in my mind, anyway.
Yes, a memory that will last you a lunchtime.
Yeah.
And we are so glad to have you, though, and we're going to talk a little bit about your career. You started in this gig when you were like a junior in high school back in the early 80s, right? I mean,
I was. I luckily had a teacher that said, "There's no way any radio station's ever going to hire you. You're too young. It's
you're
not
too
gonna
young,
happen."
nobody knows
So
you.
what do you do when somebody tells you you can't do it?
You try to do it.
You do it. In 1981, I started, and I interned. I tell everybody, every kid that ever comes through, internships are so important. Today, it's hard to get them. A lot of companies don't want to do them because of liabilities. But I started as an intern, and from there, you just kept, you loved it. I loved it. Media was so different back then.
You're not afraid to take on controversial topics. And I guess that kind of goes along with being in the media, but I mean, speak to that if you would.
Well, I feel like, first of all, I think we have a responsibility, especially in the type of job that I have today. There's a responsibility to talk about these issues. And we're in a world today where there's more accessibility to be a part of the media than ever before, but there's a bigger void than ever before locally when it comes to news media. So it takes someone, I think, to ask tough questions and really hope you get the answers and keep people on their toes. I think that's important.
Yeah.
I don't know why people want to see us. It was so much better when they were.
You got face for radio, is that what you're saying?
Exactly, yes. So.
Well, it's you've obviously what for whatever reason people want to see you, and I have a feeling is because of your entertainment value, or else they would not be tuning in.
The shock jock days.
Sure.
Were pretty wild.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Probably the most enjoyable.
Okay.
We did some stuff that you just could not do today. Every day was a different day. You came out and the goal was, we need to top the day before.
Right, sure.
And while that was a lot of pressure, it was a lot of fun. I angered some people over the years.
I'm sure you did.
In terms of greatest bit ever, I think the time we convinced almost all the state that Ed Hanna had resigned with a fake letter on April Fool's Day, of all days. That might be my...
might be the number one?
That might be one of my favorites.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah.
From Guinness records we created, and I still hold a record for the world's largest jelly donuts.
And where did that occur?
That was at Riverside Mall, and it's over 3,000 pounds. It was to honor Elvis's birthday.
3,000 pounds?
3,000 pounds. That record still holds today. So.
Wow, that's impressive.
So when I was fired, one of the times I was fired in my career, and there were a few.
I'm not going to fire you today. You're not going to get fired here.
He was fired from the appearance on
the executive.
I had signed a non-compete. I had a good contract. And it was back when radio was really making some good money. And my non-compete was Albany to Syracuse.
Okay.
1 year, no radio.
Really?
And what they didn't put in the contract was television. I created a Jackass-style 5 nights a week, which is unheard of, TV show. And, you know, other than using, you know, iMovie or something like that, I had no clue what I was doing. So we created a promo, 30-second promo that was phenomenal. It looked like it was an SNL promo. So we took it to the TV station. They're like, so clearly you know what you're doing. I'm like, of course.
Of course we do.
So we started the TV show. It was awful for the first couple of months, and then it got pretty good. And we were pulling ratings, and I did that for like 6 years until I went back on the radio. So I really learned how to really do TV production.
Yeah. You do have somewhat of a cult following.
Every day coming up, whether it be calling a celebrity, and we called many celebrities back when, as long as you had a friend at Verizon, you could get cell phone numbers.
Get cell phone numbers, yeah, sure.
That's a little tougher today.
Yes.
To, you know, crank calls. I made a career out of doing crank calls. People would call in with their idea to prank somebody, a family member or some coworker, and
you pranked them.
And we'd prank them. Today, again, illegal, can't do it anymore.
Right, yeah.
I love the people who call up and say, you're wonderful and thank you for what you do and all those things. But that is not entertaining radio for the audience. What is entertaining is somebody calling up swearing at you.
Yeah, yelling at you.
Pioneering radio. You know, even in the 50s and 60s, this radio was brand new. It's trying to figure itself out. And, you know, now we developed into, you know, AM radio is pretty strong with talk radio. And we've added an FM signal, and with online and everything else, it's just a whole new era. It's an interesting time.
That's a great thing. That's a great thing. And I got to tell you, I can't thank you enough for coming today and being part of our little video series. We've had so much fun with this with so many people, and always great to have somebody from the media. I know you saw the one that we did with Steve, and
he's far more entertaining.
Well, I don't know about that. I think we had a pretty good time today, but I appreciate you being
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for being a part of it.
I had a blast.